I'm Jason Klom, and this is the Comedy on Vinyl podcast. The year, 1988. The album, sort of. The Many Faces of ALF. The artist, Paul Fusco, a.k.a. ALF. And my guest is Geoffrey Golden. Thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So let's break it down. You reached out to me a couple months ago.
Yes.
Because it turns out you and I and my buddy Dan were all artists on mp3.com back in the day.
Yes. Should we explain what mp3.com was?
Yeah, please, hit us with it.
It was, so we're talking the late 90s, early aughts. Mm-hmm. Napster has become a big thing. And some investors, I guess, had the idea, some web dudes from that era had the idea, what if we get unsigned artists onto a website, we'll promote them, and we'll give them money every time somebody plays their MP3s, downloads their MP3s from our site. And the business model is we're going to sell ads on those web pages. Right. And they also sold CDs, so you could make a CD based on your music. They would pay you X amount per streams, X amount per download. We were both in the comedy section of mp3.com. Oddly, for me, it was late high school. And we were, both successful in that arena.
Yeah.
Who knew? I listened to your podcast to listen to Comedy on Vinyl. Through a recommendation on Twitter, and I was like, this guy seems cool, and I was poking around your pages, and sure enough, I saw on one of your pages, like, I'm from Western New York, and I was a hit on mp3.com, and it's like, that's my story. That's why you're stealing my life story, but Jason. It's so weird.
You actually seem to have gotten some money off of it. I don't remember seeing a fucking penny. Not to say, like I said, I think mp3.com.au, the Australian wing of the same thing.
Great.
People knew who I was, but I don't remember seeing a dime. I was just so excited to buy my quote unquote my own CD.
I did. I did see quite a bit of money from it, which was great.
Yeah.
It was, I think, because I don't know what a lot of my stuff, what I was doing at that time, keep in mind I was in high school.
Sure.
I was very much influenced by Stan Freberg and Weird Al Yankovic.
Sure.
And I wanted to do, it was the era of TRL.
Yeah.
And basically I made song parodies of the popular TRL songs. So something on TRL would hit big, and then I'd come out with my version of it, with my take. And usually they weren't parodies, and usually Weird Al doesn't make fun of the original artist in his work.
Sure.
Whereas that's all I did, pretty much. Everything was, pretty much that. Was, hey, In Sync is pretty dumb. let me take an In Sync song and change the lyrics to be about how dumb In Sync was. But the thing I think that helped me was that my song, so there were some weird legal requirements, but there was the staff, the brass at mp3.com were seeing myself as getting popular, but they put certain restrictions on it. So I had to state up front very clearly that it was a parody of this specific artist in the titles of the things. And that actually worked in my favor because people would be searching Eminem, say, or Venga Boys. Right. And they would find, you weren't going to find Eminem or the Venga Boys on mp3.com. They weren't, they were not unsigned artists of the late 90s. They were very much signed and doing well. But you could see my parody. You could listen to a parody. Right. And that's what they did. So I think I got a lot of incidental traffic in addition to folks on the comedy looking specifically for humor. I think there was also some passers-by being like, who's this asshole? Can I swear on this podcast?
Of course you can.
Who's this fucking asshole?
Did you, at some point your stuff must have ended up on Napster.
It did.
But credited to Weird Al?
That was the amazing thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was usually actually credited to me, and there was a good there was a good reason for it. I know that is the classic thing, right? That song parodies would often get miscredited to Weird Al.
Yeah.
But the thing was, because they were on mp3.com, they also made sure that we had to have the meta tags in the data already.
Sure, yeah.
So nobody was like changing the meta tags. It was usually things that were misattributed, were usually things that I think people recorded off the radio.
Yeah.
And like from their local radio station and just assumed that it was a Weird Al parody.
Right.
Whereas my things already had the, I called myself at that time the minty fresh voice of Geoffrey Golden. So they already had that tag on them. So nobody was like changing it
That's fair.
to credit Weird Al erroneously.
So good.
It wasn't, people weren't doing it maliciously.
Right.
Yeah, they were just uninformed.
Did you have a Cafe Press shop with your face on a shirt or something?
I never had my face on a shirt, but yes, I definitely had a Cafe Press, and I was very disappointed by the quality of the Cafe Press items.
Boy.
Yeah, they were printed poorly, and usually the logo, because the artwork was very small. That's one of my pet peeves, one of my T-shirt pet peeves.
Me too.
I don't like a small logo.
No, and I still have most of my shirts that I bought from the day, and I still have a Cafe Press account because it's the only way for some of these things to get made, right? So I've got my news radio podcast, and the other day I'm like, oh, you know what? I've got enough credit, because people buy random shit that I do up there. I've got enough credit, I can buy myself a mug. And I just got it yesterday, and I look at it, and I'm like, this is 2019, and it's blurry. It is still blurry.
I know.
In a photo, looks great.
Oh, of course.
It's great.
Always.
But up front, it's
and you go by their specs.
Yeah.
You follow their specs to the T.
Yeah.
Oh, 300 DPI. It needs to be, an SVG file or whatever. And then you do it, and then it's like, no, still bad,
Not
by
sure
the way.
how that happened.
We put you through all these hoops with Photoshop, but it's still going to be bad. It's still going to be very bad.
I apologize to anybody listening for our very specific complaints and references right now to mp3.com and Cafe Press.
No, what do you apologize
That's what we're
for?
here about.
Look, this is a comedy on vinyl podcast. I know
Yes.
this isn't vinyl, but this is the history of audio comedy.
It is true.
There was a time,
That is true.
in early internet when all this comedy was audio.
For
there
sure.
wasn't video because there was no YouTube. Video was very expensive at that time.
Yep.
I remember really wanting to crack the channel 101, 102, where I ended up getting some things on channel 102, the New York one.
Okay.
But I remember really wanting to get on channel 101, mostly because you're shooting videos with your friends, and it's like, I want these on the internet.
Yeah.
But it was super expensive to host them.
Yeah.
They charge you the bandwidth. They charge you bandwidth, So a lot of comedy was audio, especially in those early days. I think the first thing I ever downloaded off the internet was through America Online, and it was a wave form of Homer saying dough a bunch of different times. And I believe it took a full day.
Wow.
It was like, so my parents wouldn't use the phone at night, so it had to be like 8:00 or something like that. My parents were off the phone because the modem would, if you picked up the phone, you'd ruin the connection. I am dating myself. So I think I started at 8 at night. And then, so I guess it wasn't a full, it's like a half day. And then I would wake up in the morning, I'd let it run all night, and I'd wake up in the morning, and by like 6:30, 7 a.m., the Doe's montage had finished. That's what we're talking about in terms of speed of internet humor at that time.
I remember that exact file. I'm certain I or Dan downloaded it.
Yeah.
In a fit.
Yeah, it was. Who wouldn't want a bunch of Doe's? That's amazing. You would have that.
Yeah.
And it was yours.
Right.
You quote unquote owned it.
This is a very dumb time for comedy. It's okay. I love it. I do. Now, here's the thing. We're going to go further back now because people are going to be very annoyed that we're going to go 10 years before that.
Let's take a journey. We're taking a journey through time here.
Now, this is not an album. I misled you. It's not an album. It is a collection of singles
It's several albums.
Yeah, sure.
You were misled only to be pleased by how many more albums there were. It's not just one. It's a collection of 4.
Oh, I've had people be picky. Unless there's more than one song on it, it's technically not an album. So I've had people get real picky with me because that thing down there is the smallest comedy record in history. Right? You can't even see it. It's right down here in this case.
Oh yes, I read about this on your site.
That thing, but
I love it.
People said, "Why'd you call it an album? It's a record." Okay, I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Well, I
misspoke.
I also let's go further. Let's push further.
Sure.
Because this isn't technically vinyl. It's not vinyl either.
No,
These are
not.
cardboard.
Yes, they are.
But I'm a collector of I guess what they would call singles, flexi discs and cardboard records. I love them. I am somebody who a sketch comedy guy.
Yeah.
And I love that like these albums. Oh, you could really only get one joke or maybe one song or one sketch or one short idea on this album. So what's going to be on there?
Yeah.
And you can listen to it usually in a couple minutes and it's like, oh, that's what it is. What it is. Of
course. Do you collect them in general or do you only collect comedy ones?
I collect ones that I think are weird.
Okay.
And usually those fall under either purposeful comedy or in unintentionally humorous banners.
You will find them sometimes at Atomic Records in Burbank. I will tell you that.
Oh, good.
Sometimes I feel like
I usually go eBay, and so I like the bins.
They cost nothing there because they don't care about them. I think they were giving them away free one day, so I'm pretty sure Atomic Records would be like, you can buy all of our paper records for almost not. Like I would almost guarantee you they don't give a shit.
Oh, Atomic! I'm definitely going.
Atomic's
That's exciting.
Great. It's so good.
That is exciting news.
So how many are there here? There
are 4.
4 ALF Burger King.
Yes.
Burger King records.
You would get them free with an ALF puppet that was dressed like the ALF music persona that each album. So in other words, for example, Melmac Rock, there's a rocker ALF on the cardboard, and you could get the rock ALF puppet in addition. So
I definitely have that. Wait a minute. I had 3 of these. Holy shit, I was a spoiled little boy.
You had 3. You did pretty well.
And I don't have the records anymore. You have the records.
I didn't have any of them.
Yeah.
Growing up. The flexidisc that got me into flexidiscs was Billy and the Boingers bootleg, which was part of the Bloom County. It was in a Bloom County collection.
Okay.
I was a huge comics nerd, and I write comics in addition to many other things, and games and animations and such. And so I had this extensive collection of Bloom County comics. I loved the strip. I didn't understand any of the 80s political references, but I thought it was just hilarious. And one of the books came with this amazing thing, which was like this tiny record. My dad was a collector of records. He had a huge, extensive record collection, especially comedy records.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, which is how I ended up getting the musical taste that I did. It's how I was introduced to Stan Freberg and to a lot of his Monty Python and to a lot of great acts were through his record collection.
Amazing.
And so, but I had this, so he had all these, but I had this one floppy little record that I loved, and I would play it again and again. And it sparked a fascination for me with these disposable records. And so, I kept collecting them, and and so when I heard that there were ALF records, I had to have them all. Of course, it would not be satisfied with just one. I had to have them all.
That's amazing.
Also,
were these eBays then? eBay purchase?
These were eBay purchases. By the way, so I found an article from this was from the Sun Sentinel, the South Florida Sun Sentinel. About announcing, this is from 1988, and talking about these records. And I thought I would maybe, to provide some context for our listeners, I thought I would read a little excerpt from the article. So it starts by talking about Herb, who was a failed Burger King mascot, Herb the Nerd.
Oh my God.
That fizzled out, that nobody wanted Herb the Nerd. So it stands to reason that Burger King Corp would latch onto a sure thing in subsequent promotions, and it couldn't have chosen anything more certain than ALF, emphasis mine. The fuzzy alien life form, ALF, get it, has wisecracked his way into the hearts of adults and children alike. With a primetime television show on Monday nights, as well as a popular cartoon on Saturday morning, he is America's best-loved puppet. Now, I want you to think about that. That is saying something to ALF's credit at the time. Because this is 1988.
Sure.
The Muppets are very popular
Very
still
much
at this
so.
point.
Yeah.
So to declare Alf America's best loved puppet over Kermit the Frog or Miss Piggy is really saying something. In fact, a National Enquirer survey says that more Americans recognize Alf than Democratic presidential candidate Michael Dukakis.
Yay.
So this was part of a 2-tiered promotion on the part of Burger King to get people into the stores, get people talking about BK, put Alf out there.
Get him to vote for George Bush.
And get him to vote for George Bush. And it worked. It all worked.
This is remarkable. And I was telling you that I moved to the U.S. in 1988, and which is why this is kind of like perfect. This is like, for
America
me,
culture.
Yes, exactly, yeah. When I came over from Mother Russia.
America culture. Hey. Okay, we got Elf for you.
I feel like I was in love with Alf in Germany, but we got everything a year late. And then I come to America and like, holy fuck, I can put a little Alf on my hand, play a record. I remember playing the record and my mom telling me you should probably put a penny on it because it's not going to play.
Right.
Have you played these yet?
I have only played one of them.
Okay. Did you have to put a penny on it, or did you have no problems with it?
I didn't have any problem with it on mine, but I definitely done pennies for other albums before. So yes, your mom was accurate. Some of these flexi discs and tiny albums will not play sans penny.
Do you want to give one a shot?
Of course.
Okay.
Come on, it's what I'm
now
here
let's
for.
pick. We got Melmac Rock.
I think we have to start with Melmac.
Let's start
Rock.
with Melmac Rock, though. So we're going to do a first on the show, which is A, we're going back to clips for one episode only. Please, nobody bug me about that. B, we're going to do it live. We're going to listen to them and then comment on them. We're not going to talk over them like the first 2 episodes of the podcast. Don't freak out. I know that was a bad idea. We're all aware. But let's give a listen to Melmac Rock.
Wonderful.
All right. As long as you trust me with it.
Of course. Come on. We're going to need a penny.
Otherwise, it's going to... Oh, I have a giant pile of pennies over here.
Wonderful.
Let's do
sometimes with these records, one of the challenges is you have to increase the size of the hole.
Yeah.
And if that is the case, I am okay with that. I'm
so uncomfortable doing that.
No, it is okay.
Let me see. It's moving fine.
Okay, great.
Oh God.
The quality is going to be...
Oh no! All right.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I was born on Melmac on a parquet night. The moons were green and the streets were bright. I looked around and I said, I feel all right. I'm gonna rock this Melmac town tonight. I got this job as an orbit guard, and when my work is done, I party hard. Take my souped-up loot out of my backyard and burn up Rigatoni Boulevard. We're gonna fly tonight, 'cause we're doing the Melmac Rock. We're in the sky tonight, 'cause we're doing the Melmac Rock. From every corner of this galaxy, extraterrestrials will be rocking with me. So rock it with me, baby, 'cause we're doing the Melmac Rock. I got a pretty baby, sets my fur on fire. Her kisses burn like a telephone wire. Gonna tear up this town, we're gonna paint it blue. The cats are jumping 'cause we're coming through. We're gonna shout tonight 'cause we're doing the Melmac Rock. Check it out tonight 'cause we're doing the Melmac Rock. Shake it to the rhythm of my guitar.
quite all right. This album was not meant to be played in full.
Well,
I want to point out something.
Yes, please.
So, I have. This is not the only ALF thing that I own.
okay.
I also have an issue of ALF magazine.
Ooh.
And I also own. There's some other. What was the other ALF thing that I have? I have some ALFs. The point is, I wouldn't describe myself as an ALF collector, but I definitely have accumulated some ALF items over the years. And there's this thing. Oh, and ALF trading cards. Yes,
sure.
I have some. I've discussed ALF trading cards on another podcast
really?
as well. Yes. And one of the things that they do that's very strange to me is there's a lot of food humor. Like Rigatoni Boulevard.
Yeah.
Which is like weird. It's like an alien. It's like the writing is like, oh, this is like, I guess the word rigatoni sounds like weird.
Right.
That it's like like alien, like a rigatoni from an alien world. It's not, like most people would think like, oh, like Zarzooks or Glampglorks, but they're like, like pastas, like pasta fazool is like a weird alien word.
I remember even as a kid, shit like that, not quite tracking, and I'm like,
yeah,
what is this? What's the joke?
Yeah.
I also, God, that just flashed me the fuck back.
Very Bruce Springsteen.
Oh yeah, like there's a part of me that's like, all right, whoever wrote the backing track did not do a bad job writing a backing track.
No, it is well produced for what it is, for a cardboard comedy album that you got for free at Burger King. It's pretty well produced sonically.
This is gonna start to bother me, but I'm going to, by the end of this episode, I'm already halfway there. I'm going to want to know who actually wrote these and recorded them and where the masters are.
Great.
They're probably dead, right? They're probably gone. Not the people. I'm saying the masters have probably been wiped somewhere. The people are probably all dead.
Well, it's a real permanent midnight situation.
Oh, what do we do? We're gonna have to do some research at this point.
I'm
not gonna put that on you. I'll do the research.
Okay, great. Well, listen, I'll help. I'm here.
All right, then we'll both
here to help.
All right, now I'm gonna carefully remove this.
It may have been him himself. It may have been Paul Fusco himself.
It could be. I don't know.
The guy owns the rights to ALF.
Right.
So that tells me he's maybe a bit of a one man shop here.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how you want to do this. Let's.
Let's do the next one.
All right, yeah, let's do it. The next one.
I love the title of the next one.
Take me, ALF, to the ball game.
Right. Take me, ALF. To the ball game. The commas are doing a lot of work. These are very important commas.
It does specifically instruct you to place coin near record center if record slips.
There you go.
To be fair, that makes sense. Yeah. This is not that heavy, but I think what this did was allow just a little bit of extra purchase.
Yeah, I think I may need to get me one of those.
Well, then you just let me know, and I will 3D print one for you.
Oh my goodness!
So I definitely
this is my best day.
So based on like I said, based on the outfits he's wearing, which we should say there's some great stuff that would make be on a van at a fair, at a local fair.
Yeah,
very airbrushed looking.
Like for example, Melmac Rock. We see him. It's very much Bruce Springsteen. It's imagine ALF in like a leather vest with like a bandana tied around his head, and he's doing like a power symbol while up to power fist to an audience while he plays guitar, an audience that's loving it, and there's like. It's kind of like I was described as like Gem the cartoon It's like music notes and like bright pastel colored rock and roll lights behind him. That's Melmac Rock. But then we've got Take Me ALF to the Ball Game.
The most frustrating part of these, I will say, specifically with Melmac Rock and whatever the surfing. Do you have the surfing one? Is that the other one you have?
Absolutely.
His props he came with, the guitar or the surfboard, were made of the same cardboard these are made of, and just got torn up in 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's no way to keep that fresh.
There's
no way to keep it cherry.
No, and I was a collector nerd kid like an idiot. Like I couldn't enjoy anything I had.
Oh no!
It took me until I was about 33 to learn to enjoy the things I purchased. So that's all it's reminding me of is how great it was, and then how sad I was when the guitar tore. So let's listen to Take Me, ALF, to the ball game.
Take me, ALF, to the ball game. Now it's my turn to bat. It's my favorite of all game, and I'll knock this Scudminder flat. Lob a couple of fish heads and I'll send them into the clouds. Take me out to the ball game. I love the roar of the crowds. The Chowders all were terrified. The thrower was a wreck. He winds it up and lets it fly, and it hits me in the neck. Yikes!
Strike one!
Strike! He beamed me with a trout ball. Where'd you win your umpire license? In a lottery? Melmac's honor was at stake. I looked out to the mound, but this one hits me in the leg, and it knocks me to the ground.
Strike two!
Strike!
Yeah, strike, it struck you, didn't it?
I gripped the bat and braced myself for the third and final swing. And just to throw the thrower off, I took time out to sing. Lob a couple of fish heads and I'll send them into the clouds. Take me out to the ball game, 'cause I love the roar of the crowd.
Right about the same time on each record. All right.
Listen, these records are very warped. It's hard to get them in good condition.
Boy, oh boy.
I don't know what you could do. I guess maybe I should put them into a book or something for a year. Maybe that'll flatten them out. Fish heads, by the again, the food is always very crucial. And do you think it's a subtle reference to Barnes and Barnes, to fish heads?
Good
fish
call.
Heads,
I wonder.
Roly-poly fish heads, which was gaining popularity at this time as Dr. Demento.
Yeah, I wonder. I also like that it is a very 80s musicalized version of Casey at the Bat.
Yes.
But it's Alf. It's a little rappy because obviously Paul Fusco not a singer.
And rockier. Like, it's definitely was like, we can't just do Casey at the Bat. We can't do, it can't sound like Take Me Out to the Ball Game. This has got to rock.
Although it could have been Alfie Ate the Cat.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's another option that is terrible. Let's move on. This is the problem with my brain.
And by the way, Alf also not good at sports. That is canon.
Mm-hmm.
He also in the magazine, in Alf magazine, the issue that I have talks about his football days, or whatever the Alf equivalent to football.
Yeah.
And he insisted on being put into the game. And after much insistence, the coach put him in against his better judgment, and Alf was terrible and almost ruined the game for everybody. So
Alf has a very weird backstory when it gets to the comics and the magazines.
Mythology.
Boy.
There's a lot more to Alf than the Tanner family. If all you know about Alf is his adventures with the Tanner family, you're really missing out. This is very deep mythology here. All right, this may be.
I'm wondering what this is.
Yeah, this one may be something else here. This is one that I listened to 20 seconds of it on eBay, and I was like, I have to stop because I have to try to listen to it with Jason. It is it's a cooking show parody.
Wow.
But I believe it is also a rap number.
Oh my.
So get ready.
Yeah, based off the back, which is, what do you get when you combine? I can't do Alf anymore. Combine a cooking show with rap music. Please.
I have an Alf.
Hit me.
Hey, what do you get when you combine a cooking show with rap music? Rap cooking. Ha! Dig it.
Holy shit.
Hey, Willie.
That is not a bad Alf.
Relax, Willie. I've got this.
And who am I kidding? If in this situation, I'm always Willie. I mean, look at me now. This is the saddest thing in the world.
Oh, no. You're doing better than the poor real-life actor who plays Willie. That story is so sad.
Should get him on the podcast. All right.
There you go.
Mesdames and messieurs, welcome to the world-renowned Chez Alf Home Study Cooking Course. Today, the waddling gourmet, Chef Alf himself, moi, is going to teach you how to whip together a dazzling array of delicious dishes. And the forks won't taste too bad either. First, we'll start with a speciality from the headlock region of Melmac.
filet of fungal with a wartlap sauce. Now you're gonna need a couple of things. A quart of glop, a piece of snarf the size of a small turnip, or is it a turnip the size of a small snarf? Never mind. 4 pounds of Melmacian mustard mung, salt and pepper to taste. Oh, also an oven about the size of, well, a cat. You ready? Then let's get cooking. If you want to be a chef, then follow me. We're going to cook my favorite recipe. So grab a spatula off the shelf. Come on, mix it up. You're cooking without. Cooking without. We're burning up. We're cooking without. Cooking without. We're hot tonight. We're cooking without. Take a cup of Grisbane, a dozen eggs, a grindle snap with all the legs, a monologue, make sure it's clean, and now we're talking haute cuisine. A flaky fluke is the cat's meow, so add one to the stew pot now. Some yackalopes for that extra crunch. What do you call it? I call it lunch. Cooking without, we're burning it up, we're cooking without. Cooking without, we're hot tonight, we're cooking without. Slice it, dice it, chop and fry. Shake and bake, then liquefy. Roast it, toast it, broil it.
I personally, look, I don't like having warped records that can't play. But on the other hand, for these records, I'm not offended.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's some rapping. That's some classic '80s rapping.
Oh boy.
You know, he's no rapping Rodney.
Right.
I would say.
Right.
Who is he's not even actually who is your favorite what is your favorite joke like novelty rap, would you say? 'Cause I have an answer.
Probably Mel Brooks doing the Hitler rap is probably the one that I think of first.
That's a good one.
And they also released that as an actual single, I think. So that's,
shit.
Yeah, listenable too.
I'm gonna go with Buggin' on the Space Jam soundtrack.
God, I
Are you
don't
familiar?
even know because I've never seen the movie.
Well, first of all,
yes,
I'm not going to sit here and tell you Space Jam is a good movie, but I'll definitely tell you Space Jam is a movie worth watching, especially as a comedy person, as a comedy connoisseur. It's a fascinating bit of history in animated film. So Buggin' is the last track on the Space Jam album, which is considered a great album, although now with R. Kelly, it's like a little bit semi-unlistenable. But it is a rap track for Bugs Bunny where he disses Mickey Mouse. He talks about Lola wearing his chain. It's great. It's legitimately like well done, and the reason it's well done is because it was written by Sean Carter, a.k.a. Jay-Z.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is, and when I found that out, I blew my mind. It was like, but it makes so much sense. It actually does bear like a lot, like, you listen to it and it's like, oh, you're right. Like, there definitely are some signature Jay-Z moves in this song.
Funny.
But yeah, it is a Bugs Bunny rap that is, I would say, very listenable and very funny. On a number of levels, both legitimately and also ironically.
Sure.
Beautiful, it occupies that beautiful middle ground. Something is both horrible but also wonderful, and it's just this great. It's like, I don't know if I should like this as much as I do, but I really do.
Was Billy West Bugs Bunny at this point?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes. It was definitely not Mel Brooks.
Right. Yeah.
Or I'm sorry,
Mel
definitely not Mel Blanc. Yeah, sorry.
That would be an interesting.
Bugs
Bunny.
Bunny. This has been the end of the day. It had to take a very windy road to get to get to your place.
Oh shit!
And I was like so nauseous by the time I got here.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I just is one slip up that's I think I'm owed.
Okay.
I think I'm owed that.
So are we
Not
now
having
going to
it.
listen to what I'm assuming is, and I cannot remember any of these, obviously, a
Yes.
Beach Boys parody.
This is definitely a Beach Boys parody.
I mean, he's
There's
got
no
this
question. He's got
great Hawaiian shirt on.
this Hawaiian shirt, sunglasses that he clearly bought at like a novelty tourist shop. He's got a bottle of ALF suntan lotion that says ALF don't burn. Though I guess it must be his snout. Because he's covered in pretty thick fur.
True.
But maybe his snout is exposed to the sun.
It could be.
And he's in a tropical beach setting.
Holy cow. God damn it.
I believe this is my favorite of the group.
Yeah.
Though I do love the rap. I do love that rap now. That's pretty great. But I think the creative experiment of ALF recording music. I think this is the pinnacle. This is the peak.
Are these the only 4 they released, or did they release others?
If there are others, I am unaware of them.
The only reason I ask is because on the back, it does say you have to purchase, up to 5 eligible ALF plush toys. Okay, so if you want to buy more than one of them, you can. Okay, that's what I see. Up
so you have
to.
If you
That's
doubled
fine.
up on cooking rap ALF puppet, then you could mail away.
Grandma's gonna love this.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do this time. I'm gonna weigh it down a little more.
Okay,
a
great.
little extra because maybe that'll be the final little bit that we need for this son of a bitch to actually play properly.
We'll see how we do.
We'll see because who knows now. Let's see how far in does the groove go?
I actually think that the Flexidiscs play better than the cardboard ones.
Oh yeah.
The Flexidiscs are actually pretty reliable.
Mm-hmm.
They do. That was a much better technology. The cardboard ones, definitely more.
Woof.
Yeah, harder to keep in good condition. And much more prone to warping.
I have what I think is the first. It's either the first cardboard flexi-disc or the first pullout from a magazine. Anyway, it's from the 50s.
Whoa!
I'll have to play it for you later. It's not
Great.
comedy. It is literally. It's a song. It's an advertisement for a razor that has
Perfect.
Bing Crosby, Louis Armstrong, Rosemary Clooney. I cannot remember who else, but it's a bunch of celebrities singing a song for this fucking razor.
Oh shit! That sounds amazing. I love
So
that.
dumb. Yeah.
Have you watched the documentary Bathtubs Over Broadway?
No.
I think you're gonna love this documentary.
Uh-huh.
I think the folks listening will love this documentary too. So Steve Young, who was a writer for David Letterman show, David Letterman used to do this bit where he would play albums on the show, like these kind of weird albums that were like very ironic, like so bad it's good kind of stuff. And Steve's job was to pick out those albums. That was one of his bits. And he found this. Basically, he discovered this whole incredible genre of Broadway musicals that were written and performed only for corporate events. So like a major corporation.
I do know what you're talking about.
Okay,
yeah.
great. Yeah. So it would be like McDonald's or GM or whatever would like hire these like amazing Kander and Ebb or something, would hire these like amazing producers of Broadway shows to like put on basically like a corporate play to like rally the troops, and they loved them. The workers loved them, and they would put these things on, and but they were rarely recorded, and if they were recorded, like there was only very few. So he found them, and he started by like putting them onto Letterman, and then he just got really invested in the scene, and started like meeting the people behind them.
That's so good.
And it's great. It's a wonderful documentary. It's really cool, and it shows you how he kind of crosses the line from like ironic comedy guy into like somebody who is like deeply invested into the lives of the people who make these things, and and becomes a champion for them.
Oh, that's great.
It's great. So anyway, that's my recommendation.
That's fucking great.
Bathtubs Over Abroad. You can get it on Amazon. It's a paid. It's a rental. You rent it.
I'm gonna have to watch that like maybe tonight because that's perfect. I have one that I found before because somebody has told me about it, but I forgot the name. Like an idiot, I forgot the name. I will remember it tonight. But I have one that is not a musical, but it's actually even way more up my alley because it's technically sketch. It's not
Right.
sketch. There's a narrative, but it's like
variety show.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be funny. And woof, it's for IBM.
Good.
It is 2 discs. It is 2 records.
Oh,
It
shoot.
was recorded in Santa Monica.
Good.
And I'm like, oh god, there's so much here. Like I literally after listening to it, I'm like, I kind of want to go to where they recorded it. I don't know. Like, so you get so invested when you research this shit, where it's like, the ironic appreciation does kind of go out the window eventually, where it's like, oh right, they're humans, and it's
IBM hired the Muppets in a number of famous training films. There's like a bunch
amazing.
of like Muppet IBM films. Yeah, they're pretty great. So they had good taste.
Did you? I just heard this the other day. So I had forgotten Warren Buffett has a cameo on an episode of The Office as one of the managers.
Okay, I do not remember that.
And he's asking like, so what's the salary, and like, can I take these vacation days? He's being very
Right.
cheap, and it's very cute. Apparently the reason that started was everybody in the office, including Steve Carell, did a thing for his company where, and with the agreement that it was never to see the light of day.
Right.
Only they could see it, which is like, no, fuck you.
Yeah,
Like, it's not canon. We can see it. It doesn't have to be canon. I still would like to see the damn thing.
I see. So they did like a little office routine that was just for Warren Buffett.
Insane.
Warren Buffett alone.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, right? I mean, if you got the kind of money where you can just, Steve Carell, do my bidding, please. I mean, it's kind of great. All right, let's listen to Melmac Girls, which I cannot wait for, and we'll see if it skips.
I think you're gonna love.
What's gonna happen is, by the way, if all of these end up skipping, I'm just gonna cut in the versions from YouTube, and people are like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
Those girls, those Melmac girls, they're out of this world. Those Melmac girls, send me out of this world. Of all the girls round the galaxy, there's only one kind of girl that's really for me. Far from beyond the Andromeda Sea, those Melmac girls fit my fantasy. They got looks I just can't live without. Hey, I guess I'm a sucker for a long, lean snout. Those Melmac girls, they're out of this world. Those Melmac girls, send me out of this world. Those Melmac girls, hey, they're out of this world. My big guitar solo, check it out. Hey, not bad for a guy with only 4 fingers, huh? Those Melmac girls are as gorgeous as can be. I guess it's 'cause they look a lot like yours truly. Those Melmac girls, they're out of this world. Those Melmac girls, hey, they're out of this world. I love the way they wiggle their little wallowacks.
I like to give Alf. I'm going to give Alf some credit here.
Please.
A little bit credit. I think the line "long, lean snout" implies that he is attracted to Melmacians, to female Melmacians.
Sure.
I mean, I guess you could be after big-nosed human women.
Sure.
But the reason I say it is because a lot of cartoon characters, like a lot of like male cartoon characters that are not human, are inexplicably attracted to like human women.
True.
It's this really strange thing where it's like, it's like we were talking about like Opus the Penguin. Like Opus the Penguin, like never dated like a penguin, like a lady penguin. Like he exclusively dated human women, as does like a lot of characters. So I like that. The Alf is showing love to the Melmacian women.
Sure.
He's not necessarily just defaulting to human women like so many other cartoon characters do.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I think that's nice.
He likes a natural Melmacian woman.
Give that some love. You know. Listen, I'm all for intergender what would it be? Interspecies pairings, if that's
sure.
if
Although you want to be careful where people
assuming you're cartoon characters.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there we
it's
go.
Not real life. But yeah, it's nice. Show some love to your own species too.
Exactly right. And do it in a song with, again, I like the backing track of all of these. They're all 1988 to the T.
Absolutely.
Even sounds like 80s era Beach Boys. It sounds like an 80s attempt to recreate the 60s, which is like a little off.
A little too much reverb on the voice.
For sure.
They were like, oh, they always put reverb on the voice. Like, we got to have reverb. And it just like cranked up the reverb dial. It's like too much.
Oh my God. I really hope we find out who made these, because it's going to bug me. It means this will be the weirdest revisit in the history of the podcast if that happens. You know that, right?
I look forward to you having on the person who made these to get the full story.
I know.
I want to hear the full story.
I love that even in a Beach Boys thing, they're well known for beautiful harmonies. He's still talk singing like Kesha. Like,
yeah,
he
absolutely.
Is still just like
talk singing is very common in these cartoon character albums. So the Looney Tunes did like an Elvis album, I believe. I believe they did both an Elvis and a Beatles album. I think they came out on cassette.
Amazing.
And they're like, there's not a lot of singing. It's mostly a lot of like side chatter. It's mostly like, it's like blue suede shoes, but then also like Sylvester's trying to catch Tweety while
of course
talking about blue suede shoes, If I put on blue suede shoes, maybe I could catch that rascally bird, So there's I believe, and then there's some Disney ones as well. I believe there's like a Mickey Mouse disco where there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of like,
I have it in here
Goofy,
somewhere.
Let's rock it, Goofy. A lot of chatter.
Sure.
A lot of goofs. A lot of gags.
So do you have other TV related ones like this? I'm curious,
Yes.
like what are like the highlights of your collection? Because...
Absolutely. I brought some.
Ooh, yes.
I brought some with me. So, in terms of...
by the way, a 1988 era Trapper Keeper.
Absolutely,
folder.
yeah.
Come on.
I've always loved this design. The spheres with
Yeah.
with like a maze underneath. It's like, what's this planet like? What is going on with this
There's
planet?
half a chance I have one in this box right now. It's almost probably the same one.
I bet you do. It seems like this is the first time I've been to your place, but it seems like we have a lot of either the same stuff or the same genre of stuff.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Well, let's see. I brought Billy and the Boingers bootleg, as we discussed before, which is hilariously songwriting credit is credit to S. Dallas, Steve Dallas, who is a character in Bloom County, as opposed to the actual band. Which there was I forget who it was, but it's on the Wikipedia.
That is hilarious.
And then the other side, it's credited "You Stink, But I Love You." I Heart You is credited to B-Cat, Bill the Cat, which is another character.
Right.
This is, I would say this is definitely one of the highlights of my collection.
It looks, I can see some art
Yes.
on it.
I am a huge Muppets nerd. I love the Muppets.
Yeah.
And the Muppets had a fan club. The Muppet Show had a fan club in the 1970s, and they would give you this Flexidisc record when you joined the Muppet Show fan club, and it is terrific.
Yeah,
because it also does one of my other favorite things, which is direct to audience address. I love it when I'm listening to a record or I'm watching some things. It happens a lot in like VHS board games, like FLV games from the 90s, where like the host is talking directly to you, but in a fictional context. So it's great. So in this one, Kermit, pretty much every character from the Muppets is like addressing you personally.
I love it.
So this one is great. I really like this one too. This one I got fairly recently. Okay, so we were talking a little bit about so this was from Burger King, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of Flexidiscs were associated with food. One of the famous ones was a McDonald's one where you would play the Flexidisc, and then if you had the right song, you won a prize.
I have that somewhere.
Of
I
course.
don't know if it's a winning one or not. I don't remember.
I mean, if it is, see if you can claim that prize. So some 30 years later, see if you can get that money or that Chevrolet or whatever it is they were giving away.
Amazing. It's been sitting here in this storage container all this time. We've been waiting for someone to give me a flexi disc.
This one is from Ralston Purina Company. Which Ralston, of course, is known for Purina is known for their dog food products, but they also made food for human children for a time. Ralston cereals, and they made a number of licensed cereals, like the Nintendo cereal, and Ghostbusters 2 cereal. So this was a contest. This was a giveaway record similar to the McDonald's one, and it was hosted by Harold Ramis. So Harold Ramis would ask you trivia about Ghostbusters 2. Did you see the movie, basically?
That's
did you
amazing.
see Ghostbusters 2? And then if you did, you wrote in with a postcard, and you could win a chance to meet Harold Ramis.
God damn it. That's
great.
amazing.
It's a wonderful record.
Whoever's listening, if one of you won that contest, could you please call me?
Oh, yeah. Definitely
I
want to
know who won
you.
these. Don't you always wonder who wins these dope-ass fucking contests?
The AV Club did a really good article about the winners of the Toys R Us the sweepstakes, the Nickelodeon one, the Super Toy Run.
Yeah.
They did. It's a great article. It's about it's talking about somebody with their experience of what it was like to do the Super Toy Run and win it. And
I love it.
It's a super great article. This one I got recently. This is maybe one of the most bizarre ones I have. It's the Mr. Bill's School Days calendar. And I'm gonna go out. This is a comedy podcast. I'm gonna go out and say I think Mr. Bill is truly would be number one on my list of lost Saturday Night Live characters, because given how popular Mr. Bill was at the time, no one ever thinks about Mr. Bill.
No.
Ever.
No.
Today.
No.
Never.
There's a weird revival here and there for commercials in the late 90s, early 2000s, maybe.
Maybe.
For Pizza Hut or some shit? I don't remember what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but there was so much merchandise. I have a Mr. Bill book. Whenever I see a Mr. Bill thing, I'm just like, oh, that's funny. It's funny that there's Mr. Bill, that they made another Mr. Bill thing. This was a calendar. It was a 1982 calendar. And it came with this record. And the record, it's goes through all the months of Mr. Bill's school year. So it's Mr. Bill in school, and here was his experience as a child.
Oh my god.
And so it goes from this is his whole school year, and then you have the calendar of poor Mr. Bill.
I love it.
So these are some of the ones I brought with me, but there's just I have a bunch of them now. Some I try to find, as I say, try to find the ones that I think are truly bizarre, ones that are people don't like. It's what? It's a good reaction. It's a good reaction I really like. It's what? It's yeah, it exists. This record exists. And it was super cheap for them to make it, which is really cool. Which is what I love about it. It's just they wanted to try something. It's we have a weird idea.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works.
I still kind of, before my situation changed recently, I was planning to do one as a sort of pre-release to my next album, because they're quote-unquote cheap. They're relatively inexpensive. You can get them done for a couple bucks a piece. You have to buy a run of 250 of them, know.
Right. Well,
then,
we're talking about, for these, it's runs in the thousands. So so by that point, when you're doing runs in the thousands, it gets much cheaper.
Of course.
Cheaper. Yeah.
I couldn't justify it. I'd be what the fuck do I put in it? Nobody. I'm literally gonna have to be drop lifting just inches of them. Here's 1 inch of flexi discs. I'm gonna throw them in Amoeba or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about them that's so, even though they're sometimes kind of cheaply made, although I think they make them, some of those probably play okay, right? The plastic ones play better than the
plastic
ones
play great.
Yeah.
The cardboard ones play like garbage, as you can hear on this show. But the plastic ones actually play pretty great.
Yeah.
The sound quality is tinny, but that's what you expect,
Of course.
But yeah, they usually play all the way through without skipping or anything like that.
If you were going to do one, what would you put on it?
Oh my goodness.
And you can go back to your days as the minty fresh voice.
No, I think what I would do, here's what I was thinking about the other day with the Flexi. There's a really interesting one. I don't own it, but it's on my eBay watch list. It was the one that Mad Magazine did.
Yeah.
And they did a couple of flexies, but one of the ones they did, it had this thing where depending on where you put the needle, it would play a whole different...
Oh, they did that on one of those, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
On a flexi, right. So like the needle was placed in this position, and that did ending number 3 or whatever. And I don't know, so let's say there were 5 endings. So I've done a number. I've done a number of games. I did I worked on the Wet Hot American Summer role playing game.
Oh my god.
And I did an RPG called Wizards of Cockblock Forest. And so I think I'd want to do a game that had like, maybe it's a role playing game, or maybe it's a board game or something that had a record, that had like a flexi-disc record.
Yeah.
And that like if you initiated a certain spell or you hit a certain square on the board, that you would like play this album, and it would be like, oh, let's see what your fate may be. Oh, your fate is lose 5 life and skip a turn.
I love it, yeah.
And then you just like, okay, that's that's the whole record. But then you would play it back. You'd keep playing it, and it would say different things each time.
I love that.
I think that'd be cool.
Maybe you can get together with Paul Fusco and work on an ALF RPG.
I think that would be great. Listen.
He's probably open to business ventures
He's
at
open.
this point.
I've got a take on ALF. I've got a modern take on ALF.
I've tried to get him on the podcast, I will say. I have
What?
tried. Yeah.
And he's not doing it?
Well, every time I've tried, they've said he's working on the ALF movie, which tick-tock, haven't seen an ALF movie happen. Although, that does make me...
Is he so busy working on this ALF movie that he can't spend an hour
That's why
in this lovely apartment
That's what
full
I'm
of
saying.
They Might Be Giants merchandise
Maybe-
and a cool puppet and a cool FAO Schwartz make your own Muppet. I think that might be a little bit of BS you might be getting from Paul Fusco. I think he needs to come on the show.
He needs to come on the show.
Yeah.
We'll have a little talk. It'll be
Yeah.
a good time. We can talk about the Weird ALF TV movie, which I was just going to ask you about. Did you see the TV movie that happened a few years after the show went off the air?
Well, I've seen okay. So for some reason in my I have seen Operation ALF. I
think
believe is what it's
so.
called. Yeah, the one
With
where
Martin Sheen.
Yes, I have seen it. But when you first said that Weird ALF movie, in my head I was like,
UHF.
did Weird Al and ALF team up on like a TV movie?
Holy shit.
Does that exist somewhere?
That should exist.
Because that is like the nexus point. If I watched that, I feel like I would be sucked into the TV. And I'd be sucked into that universe. I have seen the very strange. It's a sort of tonally strange. They barely mention the Tanner family in it. Like Alf is on the run.
It's kind of dark. At least visually, it's very dark.
Pretty dark. Well, because the show ends on a big cliffhanger. They canceled it like. He's like surrounded by FBI agents.
Right, yeah.
With like, and it's like, what's gonna happen to Alf? I remember, in fact, watching the show, and I was like, "Mom, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to Alf?" I was like a kid. I was like, "What's gonna happen to Alf?" She's like, "Well, it's a cliffhanger. You're gonna have to wait till the spring or whatever to find out." So I remember, like, I made like a Post-it note for myself that was like what, and with just like the words, watch Alf in spring, and I like put it on my desk, so I like wanted to remember. And then it never happened. Yeah.
That is heartbreaking. He made that movie for you then.
He did. I was the target audience for it. And I didn't even realize it happened until I was an adult.
Oh,
So I had missed it.
So I'm going to have to look it up. I can't remember who's in it other than Martin Sheen. All I remember is it just being very weird and me being totally on board because it hit me at just the right time. So I'm like, wait, that's weird. Alf has done nothing in forever. It's very strange. I love that you collect. Do you have any idea of how many of these things you have?
20 or 30
Yeah.
at this point. I mean, it's not. It's like I'm looking. You're looking at your apartment. It's literally all records. This is a very small collection I have, but to be fair, there aren't that many. I haven't seen that many great ones.
No.
There's a lot of music flexidiscs that are like, like a cool person would probably want, But I'm not a cool person. I want the weird, bizarre, funny ones, and there aren't as many as I would think. But I've got that eBay search going. That flexi disc search on eBay. I'm ready. I'm ready to pounce. But I'm going to go to Atomic Records.
You should. It's worth it if they've still got any, like, last time I went, they had some weird, like, here's a, fucking one of the, what's his name? David Cassidy, like a David or Sean Cassidy.
Oh,
just some weird random things that were on the back of a cereal box.
That's great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. The Archies, there's a bunch of Archies ones like that. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to pick and I'm like, no, I'm not. I've got too much shit in the house. Had I known you at the time, I would have grabbed all of them. Like, here you go. Feel free to burn whichever ones you don't care about. Okay, so here's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Why recommend that people listen to these?
Oh, why? Because, right.
Yeah, we're there.
Why recommend that people listen? Well, first of all, in a way, you already have.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thank you. I mean, I feel like I don't have to do as much work selling these albums.
It's true. You heard it.
You've already heard them. But I think, they are a cultural artifact. If you're a comedy nerd, as you probably are listening to this podcast, ALF is one of those perennial comedy references. ALF was in Bumblebee, was in the movie, featured prominently in the movie Bumblebee as not the character, but the TV show. The family loves the show ALF.
Okay.
It would be great if Bumblebee met ALF in context of that ALF, that Melmac and the Transformers the Transformers planet exists in the same universe. But anyway, but ALF is one of those perennial comedy references, like Billy Joel, or Olive Garden. These things that I think, at least in my opinion, will always be fun. It's always something funny that ALF. It's funny that ALF existed.
Yes.
It's funny that ALF was so successful when it did exist. And it's always worth reminding yourself why something is funny. It's like I don't like the Olive Garden, but I'm always excited to go to remind myself like what it is about the Olive Garden that is so funny in the first place. And I think that's doing that with ALF. I think is a worthwhile endeavor. And this is I think you can listen to all 4 of these in less than the time it would take to watch a full episode of ALF.
That is true.
I think you'll be more entertained. So that's my sales pitch on the Many Faces of ALF. Burger King cardboard barely working records.
This is going to come out in, I cannot remember how long. Let's say 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay.
Great. So where can people find you online? Where can people find your work if you have got anything coming up?
Let's see. People can find me on Twitter at Geoffrey Golden, Geoffrey Golden. There's so much stuff. I did. Let's see if if you play role-playing games, Wet Hot American Summer Fantasy Camp RPG, which you can get on Amazon and at Drive-Thru RPG. It's a game where you play as either a camp counselor, or you can play as a child, or you can play as a camp staff. You can create your own character, or you can play as one of the classic characters from the movie. So you can make your own camp, or you can play pre-made adventures in Camp Firewood. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty bonkers, and it's really easy to play. That was the idea, was make it so that anybody, you don't have to have played Dungeons and Dragons. You don't have to know how tabletop games work. It's pretty basic to allow for the most fun, the most zaniness, the most craziness.
Sure.
So I'd recommend people picking that up. If you don't play RPGs, I've written other books too. You can find a book called Dream It, Screw It that I wrote, which is a parody of Walt Disney Imagineering. I'm also a Disney nerd. So this is a book of really bad theme park attraction ideas, all created by Dip Disney, who is Walt's forgotten cousin, who is very stupid, somehow made it through multiple decades at the Disney Company and came up with thousands of rejected ideas, none of which were ever built. So this is there's a lot of artwork, and this is some of the creme de la worst of Dip's ideas. So that's Dream It, Screw It, and that you can get your local bookstore or Amazon as well.
Wonderful. I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks so much for having me, Jason.
You were obviously welcome back anytime.
Well, that's so wonderful.
I expected this to be a very fun episode. It was even better. And you gave me a nice little flashback to the 80s. I'm going to tell people to just, you know what, right now, who knows what's going to be happening when this comes out. But let's say, God forbid, I'm still unemployed. And I'm still doing extra work. Follow me on Instagram anyway. Jason Klamm, JasonKlamm. Hashtag the professional blur. That is me talking about extra work. That might sound boring. I can't say it's not, but I will say when I talk about it, take pictures of it, I think it's kind of fun, and maybe I want to write a book about it and maybe get paid for that so I don't have to do extra work anymore. That's the long and short of it. So check that out. That's about it. Geoffrey, thank you again for doing the show.
Oh, thanks for having me, Jason.
And thank you guys for listening, and as always, have a good thing. Comedy on Vinyl is a production of StolenDress Entertainment. It is produced by Mike Warden and is hosted and edited by Jason Klamm. Our theme song was composed and performed by Richard Levinson. You can email us at podcast@comedyonvinyl.com. You can also send snail mail to StolenDress Entertainment, P.O. Box 805, Burbank, California, 91503. Subscribe to Comedy on Vinyl on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and anywhere else you can find podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating and write us a review. It helps. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Comedy on Vinyl, or find everything in one place at comedyonvinyl.com. A major portion of Comedy on Vinyl has been underwritten by Stand Up Records. Please visit standuprecords.com for all your comedy needs and tune in to the new Stand Up Records channel available on the Roku, where you can also find select episodes of this podcast. This episode is also underwritten by $300 Data Recovery. Visit $300datarecovery.com to get a quote on their highly recommended data recovery services. Visit StolenDress.com to listen to our other podcasts, watch videos, and imbibe freely of our multimedia content going back 15 plus years.